Hello, how's it going? This is Ronaldo Hernandez, and I'm back with another video called Crazy and Unbelievable Way How I Fix My Posture. No exercise, stretches, none of that. Alright, so disclaimer before I get into this, I want to say I am not a medical professional. I am not licensed in any way. All I have is experience on this subject. I have been through trial and error, and I have learned from my mistakes. And I'm here to tell you the truth. Okay. So let me fix this up a little bit better. Alright. So first off I wanna say that like in the mainstream media, there's all this information that about like, oh, you gotta do this exercise to fix your posture, or work that muscle group to, fix your posture, or do this one crazy thing, like do the one crazy exercise to fix your posture. I'm telling you right now, that's all BS. That does not work. Okay? You know why? Because the only thing that fixes your posture is your habits. The reason why you have bad posture is because you have a habit of standing in bad posture. You're doing something that's giving you bad posture. And the only way to fix your posture is to make a habit of keeping good posture. That's it. Trust me when I say this, alright? I'll even share the sources and information where I found this, crazy epiphany that habits fix your posture. Not exercise, not anything else, not stretches. Habits. Alright? Alright. So, I'm gonna just get right into it, okay? There's 5 cues into keeping good posture, okay? These are the 5 cues I came up with to make sure that you actually stand in good posture. Alright. Alright, so first cue, before I start too, I wanna say this video is kinda made mostly for men. Alright, and I'm gonna explain, you're gonna see why in a second. But I just wanna say it out there. I mean that women can implement this information too. But it like just the way how I explain things, it's the only men are gonna be able to relate, okay? Unless you find out, okay. Alright. First cue. Yeah, I know I'm showing you where my hips, my pelvis is at, whatever. That's because it's very important. Now, the first cue that I came up with is stand like you got a pair of balls. And I'm dead serious when I say that. Stand like you got a pair of balls. You see how wide I'm standing right now? I'm standing this wide because this is a position where my legs are actually comfortably stabilizing my body. I feel balanced, and I also feel that my balls are breathing. My balls have some air, they got some room to move and stuff. So, yeah, stand like you got a pair of balls. That's why I said this video is mostly for men. I mean, no disrespect to women, if you could find a way to stand correctly like that, go ahead. If that works for you, shit, go ahead. Sure, go ahead. I didn't cuss, okay? I said sure. Alright, second cue is show your ass off. Let's see. Try to show your ass off. I'm trying to curve my back. I'm curving it I'm like arching my back as much as I can. Alright, I know there's this whole crazy thing on the internet how the anterior pelvic tilt is like the cause of bad posture, or you have ATP, or APT, you gotta fix it, it's not supposed to be like that. That's BS. I'm telling you right now, you're supposed to be in an anterior pelvic tilt. Okay, like, don't overdo it to the point where like it hurts, but you're supposed to naturally have an arch, okay? If anything, I suggest you actually try to overdo it. And the reason why is because most people aren't in posterior pelvic tilt. Most people are tugging in their butts. That is literally one of the main causes of lower back pain is because they are tucking in their pelvis. It's not because of ATP. It's because they're tucking in their pelvis, or they're not able to hyperextend their low back. Okay, you gotta hyperextend that back. You gotta act like you're trying to show your ass off. That's why I say that. Alright, I'm gonna also put up the source of where I learned about this information. But I mean, it makes if you're looking at if you look in an anatomy book, my fault, I got some problems with speaking. But if you look in like one of those anatomy books, you probably see that the pelvis is kind of tilt forward like that, anterior pelvic tilt. Alright, and that's because naturally as humans we have an arch in our back. We're supposed to have that tilt. Alright. Now there's more I can say about that, but you have to keep an arch in your back at all times, because that's part of good posture. Alright. Alright. Third cue. What was the third one? Right. Shoulders backing up. Shoulders backing up. I know everybody out there say shoulders back and down. Backing up. Put your shoulders back and down. Or retract your shoulder blade, which never do. That's one of the worst things you could do, especially under load. You could do it like without loading your arms, but never retract your shoulder blades. Never. Trust me when I say that. Never retract them. Reason why is because when you, I'm gonna just talk about backing down, because that could be, that's two different things. Backing down just means like backing down like this, and retract the shoulder blades like, oh, you're retracting it like that. The reason why you shouldn't do those things is because when you put your shoulders back and down, you're actually, I'm gonna get my notes, man, because I forgot. This is why I have notes. This is why I wrote stuff down. Backing down, it's very harmful. Must never be done as, okay, there you go. It causes compression of the costo-clavicular space. What this is, it's like this little area right here, costo-clavicular. There's the clavicle. Clavicular is like around here. It causes you to kind of jam into it. You're compressing it. And trust me when I say this, you do not want to do that. You know why? Because you're going to compress or damage the brachial plexus that's in the area. What's the brachial plexus? It's the series of nerves in your arms. It's basically the nerves that control your arms. That gets damaged when you put your shoulders back and down by the clavicle, basically, okay? By the clavicle. Jamming it into it like that. You're not supposed to do that. Technically, your upper traps, as I said, your upper traps are supposed to be able to, you're supposed to kind of have like a slight shrug in your posture. The reason why they do this is because the upper traps, what they do is they stabilize the shoulder girdle. They stabilize the shoulder girdle, and that's so utterly important. The upper traps need to be kind of always functioning, and mostly in all arm movements, because they stabilize the shoulder girdle. Alright, the upper trap needs to be working for you to stabilize your shoulder girdle, your arms. Alright, so keep your shoulders backing up. Like I mean it, man. It's gonna feel weird, but this is how it is. I'll even post like I said, I'm gonna post everything where I learned all this from. I'm just literally sharing with you what I learned, and from my experience. Another thing. 4Q. This is like I kind of just made up on my own, like, to be honest, but it helped me a lot. And this is have the sternum or have your chest point up to the sky. Kind of like, Superman, like, the reason why you want to do that is because for me, this actually was a game changer, because it helped me finally being able to get full thoracic extension, and it was able to kind of help me arch my back all the way to where it's supposed to. Cause my thing, I always had a problem with tucking in my pelvis. You know, my pelvis would be tucked in. That's because like um I just wasn't like arching my back correctly, and even though I was arching as much as I can, I still wasn't fully arching it. That's because something up here was restricting it. Like I was still kind of like hunched over like this. But once I like told myself to keep that chest pointed to the sky, I don't say up because you know some people might think something else, but I think just up to the sky because it just makes you think like okay, like I gotta like really extend up, you know. So that was just a game changer for me, and that really helped me out in, you know, maximizing. Um, I guess you could say my posture gains, whatever. But yeah, um, that's a very helpful cue in my experience. And okay, now the last skill. This is the last skill I found that has helped with my posture, and that is keep your neck long, like a king with a crown. Meaning when I say that, I just thought of that because when you have like a crown on you, like the whole like most like I guess you would think that all right, I'm gonna balance this so it doesn't tip over because if you go like this, you're standing forward, it's gonna tip over, right? But if you have your neck nice and long, it's gonna be more balanced. You know, it's not gonna tip over, it's not gonna fall off. That's why I say have your neck long, like a king with a crown. Reason why you have to have your neck long is because having your neck long kind of you're actually using the muscles of your neck to breathe and to stand upright. So it just kind of helps in you stabilizing your head basically. Um, and yeah, you want to learn more about that? I'll post like I said, I'll post all the information I learned about this. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna make another video about breathing. 'Cause that's very important too. That plays a role. That plays a role in posture too. Cause for you to, it like helps the process for something like, yeah, it helps the process. Like so, technically, for you to breathe fully, your posture needs to be good. But if you learn how to breathe correctly, it would also help you learn how to stand correctly with your posture. That makes sense. So for you to stand in good posture, your breathing mechanics needs to be good. But if you fix your breathing mechanics, your posture would also be fixed. Be kind of you also be able to utilize your posture better. I think that makes more sense. I think that came out better. All right, so I hope you watched the whole video. I hope you implement this. I hope this helps. I know it's gonna help. Trust me. I've done like so many things. I tried like a bunch of stuff, and I talked to a lot of people, and this is what actually changed my posture. This would actually fix my posture. All right. So thank you for tuning in, and this is the Fast Life.